गोपी जना वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जना वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुनतीरा वनचारि यमुनतीरा वनचारि जयो राधमाधव कुञ्ज बिहारी जयो राधमाधव कुञ्ज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुनतीरा वनचारि यमुनतीरा वनचारि जयो राधमाधव कुञ्ज बिहारी जयो राधमाधव कुञ्ज बिहारी हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय राधा गोविंद राधे जय राधा गिरिधारी राधे जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेव जय सुभद्रा जय गौरानिताय 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 जय गौरानिताय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद Hare Krishna. I hope you can hear and listen and can see my screen properly.
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah.
We'll start from Srila Prabhupada, Chaitanya Charitamrita. I would like some volunteer to please read the Srila Prabhupada chapter 24, please.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, can I read?
Please go ahead, Prabhuji.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu displays these feelings of separation. This is Radharani's separation when Krishna went from Vrindavan to his father's place. Radharani was feeling in that way, always mad after Krishna. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, took the separation feeling of Radharani. That is the best way of worshipping Krishna, becoming Krishna conscious. So you know that Lord Chaitanya fell on the sea. Krishna, if you are here, Krishna, if you are here. Similarly, the next devotees, Lord Chaitanya's direct disciples, the Goswamis, Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, they also, the same disciplic succession, they also worship Krishna in that separation feeling. They, I think it is more. Sri Krishna sang, He Radha Braja Devika Che Lolita Ye Nanda Suno Kota Sri Govind Govardhana Kalpa Pada Tale Kalindi Banekuta Goshanto Iti Sarvato Brajapure Hidayir Maha Vibhalo Bande Rupo Sanatano Raghujugo Sri Jiva Gopalako. I offer my respectful obeisances to the six Goswamis, namely Sri Rupa Goswami, the Sri Sanatan Goswami, Sri Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, Sri Jiva Goswami, and Sri Gopal Bhatta Goswami, who are chanting very loudly everywhere in Vrindavan, shouting, Queen of Vrindavan, Radharani, O Lolita, O son of Nanda Maharaj. Where are you all now? Are you just on the hill of Govardhan, or are you under the trees on the bank of Jamuna? Where are you? These were their moods in executing Krishna consciousness. These Goswamis also later, when they were very much mature in devotional service, what were they doing? They were doing in the Vrindavan Dham, just like a madman. Krishna, where you are? That is the quality. It is the best nice question. Srila Prabhupada paused and uttered a thoughtful mum. He remained silent. They also remained silent, watching him. He sat cross-legged on the black velvet pillow on the redwood dais. His hands were folded and his eyes closed, and he became overpowered by inner feelings of ecstasy. Although the simple devotees present there could not know what was happening, they could see him enter a deep inward state. They could feel the atmosphere transform into awesome devotional stillness. They kept their eyes fixed on him. A minute and a half passed. Srila Prabhupada uttered another thoughtful mum and opened his eyes. They were filled with tears. He reached over and grasped Kartalas, which rattled in his hand. But he moved no further. Again, he withdrew from external consciousness. Another minute of silence passed. The minute seemed extremely calm, yet intense and long. Another minute passed. After almost 4 minutes, Prabhupada cleared his throat and struck the kortalas together. Beginning the slow rhythm, a devotee began the one-note drone on the harmonium. Prabhupada sang, Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Radha Ramano Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya, building the chanting to a lively pace. After about 10 minutes, the kirtana stopped and Prabhupada left the room. As the devotees rose and began their various duties, some leaving out the front door behind Prabhupada and going to the kirtan, others coming together for conversation, they all knew that their spiritual master had been intensely feeling separation from Krishna. They had no doubt that it was a deep ecstasy, because just by being in the presence during the long and spatial stillness, they also had felt a glimmer of the same love of Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. We'll just do the invocation of prayer. Narayanam namaskrityam naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayam udiryate नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भक्ते उत्तमे श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। So today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 30, Shloka number 22. And the chapter is titled The Activities of Prachetas. And the shloka is Pracheta Uchu Namo Nama Klesha Vinashanaya Nirupito Dvara Gunanahaya Manavacho Vegapuro Jvaya Sarvakshamarge Agatadvanenam Pracheta Uchu Namo Nama Klesha Vinashanaya Nirupatito Gunanahavya Manavacho Vegapuro Jvavaya Sarvakshamarge Agata Dvane Namaha Pracheta Uchu Namo Nama Klesha Vinashanaya Nirupito Dvara Gunanahavya Manavacho Vigapuro Jvavaya Sarvakshamarge Agatadvane Namaha. Would someone like to recite the shlokas?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Please go ahead, Prabhuji.
Pracheta Shavuchu, Namo Namo, Namaha Klesha Vinashanaya, Nirupitodaro Gunaha Vayaya, Manovacho Vega Purajayaya, Sarvakshamargoy Agatattvane Namaha. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam. I am also trying.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Please go ahead.
Prachetasa uchu namo namo klesho vinashonaya nirupito daro gunavayaya manovacho vega puro jabaya sarvakshamagiragato dhyane namaha. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much.
Ji Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Please go ahead.
Pracheta uchuhu namo namo klesho vinashonaya nirupito daro gunayo yayo manobacho bego puro javayo sarvaksha margoir agata dhvani namaha. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay, we'll start with the synonyms. Pracheta Uchuhu. The Pracheta said, Namaha, obeisances. Namaha, obeisances. Klesha, material distress. Vinashanaya, onto one who destroys. Nirupita, settled. Udar, Udara, magnanimous. Gunha, qualities. Ahavavya, whose name? Manaha, the mind. Vacha, speech, and Veg, the speed. Puraha, before. Jvavaya, whose speed. Sarvakshe, of all material senses. Margiha, by the path. Agataha, not perceived. Advane, whose courses. Namaha, we offer our respects. Translation purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The Pracheta spoke as follows: Dear Lord, you reveal all kind of material distress. Your magnanimous transcendental qualities and holy names are all auspicious. This conclusion is already settled. You can go faster than the speed of mind and words. You cannot be perceived by material senses. We therefore offer your respectful obeisances again and again. Can I please request someone to unmute their mic and read the purport, please?
Okay. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The word Nirupita means concluded, It is very significant in this verse. No one has to conduct research work to find out God or make progress in spiritual knowledge. Everything is conclusively there in the Vedas. Therefore, the Lord says in Bhagavad Gita 15.15, Vedascha Veda, sorry, Vedascha Sarvairahame Veda. Understanding the Supreme Personality of Godhead through the process of Vedas is perfect and conclusive. The Vedas state, Atho Sri Krishna Namadi Na Bhavet Grayam Indriya. The transcendental names, forms, qualities, paraphernalia, and pastime of the Lord cannot be understood by our blunt material senses. Shiva Unmukhi Jivadau Shayam eva spurti adaha. When a devotee engages his senses, preferably in devotional service, the Lord, through his causeless mercy, reveals himself to the devotees. This is the conclusive Vedic process. The Veda also indicate that simply by chanting the holy names of the Lord, one can without a doubt become spiritually advanced. We cannot approach the Supreme Personality of Godhead by the speed of mind or words. But if we stick to devotional service, we can easily and quickly approach Him. In other words, the Supreme Lord is attracted by the devotional sorry, and He can approach us more swiftly than we can approach Him with our material speculation. The Lord has stated that He is beyond the range of mental speculation and the speed of thought, yet He can be approached easily by His causeless mercy. Thus, only by His causeless mercy can He be attained. Other methods will not be effective. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Thank you so much. Om Jnanatirmandasya Jnananjana Chakshulmitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruvai Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuktapadakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamischa Shri Rupam Sagar Jatam Sagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakha Vitan Misha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenbandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchan Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Prishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Okay, so we will be discussing on today's shloka, which is Pracheta Uchu Namo Nama Klesha Vinashanaya Nirupitodar Gunan Heva Gunan Vyayaya Mana Vacho Vega Puro Jwavaya Sarvaksha Marge Agata Dhvane Namaha. The Prachetas spoke as follows: Dear Lord, you reveal all kind of material distress. Your magnanimous transcendental qualities and holy names are all auspicious. This conclusion is already settled. You can go faster than the speed of mind and words. You cannot perceive. You cannot be perceived by the material senses. We therefore offer you respectful obeisances again and again. Hare Krishna. So we can see just a little bit of background before we dive into this shloka. What has happened so far is from the last few last, I would rather say, around 7, 8 months, we have been hearing what is happening with just Prachetas and Prachanya Bhari, and we can see that what has happened to his father, um, Pracheta's father, who was too much attracted to the materials. He was attracted towards the material enjoyment. He was doing yagyas to satisfy his senses. And eventually Narad Muni came, and he gave him uh, an analogy, allegory story of um, Puranjan, which was actually him only, basically. So he was just doing the allegory story just to make him realize, this is not, I'm not talking about Puranjan, I'm talking about you, you know. In the meantime, we have also heard that in the meantime, Prachetas were out for a mission to achieve the love of Godhead. And between Lord Shiva came and he explained about the Rudra Gita. So this chapter was started by Vidura asking the question to Maitre as to what has happened to we have heard about what has happened to Prachandabari, but what happened to his sons now? They were out for a mission. So this chapter was asked. This chapter was opened by a question. What did the son of Prachandabari did? So it's very nicely explained that the Prachetas were given some Mool Mantra by Lord Shiva, and also known as Rudra Gita. And Lord Shiva said, if you chant these mantras, you will get the love of God very easily and very swiftly. So they followed the instruction, and to not get disturbed, they were inside the water for 10,000 years. They were 10 brothers. The Prachetas were 10 brothers, and they were inside the water for 10,000 celestial years, and they were doing the tapasya there. And looking at this tapasya, what has happened? Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna was very much pleased. And it's not only Garuda who used to fly in the sky, but the same Garuda can even dive in the water and was flying in the water. And this is how the Lord appeared in front of the Prachetas to give him the darshan. So it's very nicely said that lords get very pleased when there is correlation. There's always friendship relationship between the devotees, like how these brothers were helping each other, to support each other, to do the devotional service. Lords get very pleased. And that's what Srila Prabhupada, in his very many letters to these devotees and disciples, he mentioned this, your collaboration makes me really happy. And we should learn this thing from the Prachetas, when how to be more um, submissive, how to be more helping with each other's, and this is a very good example Pracheta shows us. And the second thing which really stuck was when the Lord appears in front of the Prachetas, they were not with a list of things. Okay, God has appeared in front of me. Now I want this, 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 this. No, but this is not the way you should be. If the God come in front of us, how should we react it? That's like an art. This is what Prachita shows. All the devotees, if you see in Srimad Bhagavatam, we will learn how they react, how they glorified the Lord. There's a difference between the prayers, and there's difference between the glorifications. So when the Lord comes, they glorify the Lord. If you see Uddhava, he didn't say that I want a bigger palace than my father. As soon as the conch was touched on his cheeks, he started glorifying the Lord. What happened with Prahlad Maharaj? As soon as he Nrsingadev job was done, what he was doing, he was glorifying the Lord. Kunti Maharani, Bhishma, who was lying on the deathbed, what he was doing, he was glorifying the Lord, seeing the Lord. He was glorifying him. And now Prachetas, as soon as God appeared in front of them, they didn't say, I want this. They said, Namo Namah. The first thing is, I respectful obeisances. Namo Namah. The first thing is that. And then they start glorifying that you are the Klesha Vignaya, that you are a Guna Vyaya, you are faster than you travel faster than the speed of mind. You cannot be perceived by mental speculation. To that Lord, I affect my respectful obeisances. This is how we learn from the Pachetas, how to glorify, how we should, how, as soon as the Lord come, what should we do? So in this shloka, we it starts with the first word is Namo Nama, respectful my obeisances. To whom? To Klesha Vinashanaya, the person who can take all the kleshas. If you see in uh, Rupa Goswami's Nectar of Devotion, the first instruction, the characteristics of the pure devotional service, what it says here? Klesha Agnish Sudar um, Shubda Moksha Laguta Krit and Sudha Labasa. The first thing is Klesha Agni. The pure devotional service begin immediately by all kind of material distress. We are surrounded by material distress every now and then. We are in the world which is called as Dukhalayam Ashashvatam. We are full of miseries. We are in the world of hypocrisy. We are full of quarrelsome. We are full of enviousness, pride. We are living this kind of world. We are and looking at all these things. Yes, we are distressed. And the Krishna is the one who says, Prachita is saying that you are a Klesha Vinashanaya. You are the killer of all the Kleshas. And we can see in many Srimad Bhagavatam is and Chaitanya Charitamrita, all the Puranas are filled with examples where Krishna has been merciful to his devotees. How can Krishna be more merciful than, if even like a person like Putana, for example, who came to kill him. What happened with Putana? He made uplift her and gave as a designation as a mother in Vaikuntha Loka. So that is Lord Krishna. And what about the gopis? In Vraj, Krishna was giving his mercy. Forget that the most important month is Kartik, which we are in right now. What happened with the Yashoda Maya this morning? Today's Diwali, sorry. So yeah, what happened with the Yashoda Maya when Krishna saw her trying his effort, trying her effort, trying to get hold of Krishna, and when Krishna was unable to get hold, she was still running before him just to get hold of him. And what happened then? Krishna gave himself to Mother Yashoda. This is how Krishna reciprocate. The more we do, the more we try to surrender to Krishna, Krishna will give us Krishna will give us the pleasure of getting binded with our love. That's what Krishna does. Krishna is the most merciful person. We understand this part. No one is more merciful even than our parents, than even our parents. Krishna is more merciful than any one of us in the whole entire universe. When we are changing the body from this body to another body, there's no one with us except super soul, who is Krishna himself, sitting in our heart. When we are in the mother's womb, we need to understand that it's not that we are getting fed. Krishna is making us feed through mothers and with God. Krishna is the one who is, when we are between the two worlds, from this body to another, but there's a big gap between them. There's only Krishna between us. There's only Krishna who's helping us. Krishna is always with us. He's most merciful person. And that person is the one who take all the kleshas only if we surrender unto him. Pure devotion service. And that's what the whole shloka, this whole entire, if you do read the purport, Krishna says, the Srila Prabhupada says, that the 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 conclusion is that this only Krishna can only proceed by devotional service if you surrender unto him. There's no other way. And in the next shloka, I will like is some can someone please read the shloka, please, the translation, please?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes, Hari, please
Mm.
go.
An intelligent person who has controlled his mind and conquered fear should give up all attachment to the material objects such as wife, family, nation, and should wander freely without embarrassment, hearing and chanting the holy name of the Lord, the bearer of the chariot wheel, the holy name of Krishna. are all auspicious because they describe his transcendental birth and activities which he performs within this world for the salvation of the conditioned souls. Thus, the holy names of the Lord are sung throughout the world. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Abhijit. So, why is the Lord name is sung all over the world? Because Krishna says in many of the scriptures has been written by the acharyas as well that Krishna is non-different from his name. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita as well, for all the name I'm the japa. That's why we chant. That's why we chant in the morning. Then also it says in Srimad Bhagavatam, uh, I think it's Bhagavatam. Sorry, it's in Chaitanya Charitamrita. That Krishna Naam hai te hai Swarup Papanasha Chaitanya Rasa Swarupa Namne Prakasha. The holy name of the Krishna destroy all sins as it reveals the transcendent nature of Krishna in blissful form. And apart from this, Nama Chintamani Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigra. Krishna has manifested himself in the holy name. And that's why the holy name is the only way in this age of Kali, the age of hypocrisy, that we can get revealed from this clutches of Maya, that we can get freed from the repeated cycle of birth and death. That's the only way, and that's what Prabhupada is writing. And that if you try to spend your whole entire life, the Vedanta Sutra is not that easy to understand. Vedanta Sutra is massively big because we were in this age. Vyasadeva has to divide the Vedanta Sutra into four different parts, which is Rig, Veda, Sam, Athar, and Yajur. We were still unable to understand that he had to clarify more. He made Upanishad, then he made Shrutis, Smritis, Upanyas, and different Puranas. Still, we are confused. So, what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 15.15, Vedasya Shaham Aham Eva Veda Vedanta Krit Veda Videva Chaham. If you try to spend all of your time, all of your whole life reading Vedanta Sutta, what you will come to the conclusion? Krishna is supreme. I am the Lord. Why don't we just accept this in such a simple way that Krishna is supreme and accept him as a God instead of going the whole way around the circle? Just accept this. The solution is one where Krishna is supreme. And that's why, how can we know that Krishna is supreme? Once we start to surrender onto Krishna. Surrender is the most important thing. Bhagavad Gita end with the very important shloka, which is Sarva Dharma Parityajam Mam Ekam Sharanam Vaja. Abandon all kind of religion. There's so many dharmas, there's so many religions. Just abandon them. Just surrender unto me. What is there? I will take all of your sin. Do not fear. That is a guarantee that Krishna gives. No one else can claim, you do this, I will take all of your sins. No one has said that in the Shastras. Krishna is the only one who's saying this. I will take all of your sins. Do not fear. And also in the Bhagavad Gita, around 1868, Krishna says that person who explained the supreme secret, which is Bhagavad Gita, pure devotional service is guaranteed. And at the end, he will come back to me. That I mean, Krishna is giving assurance. Krishna is giving guarantees. We need to at least follow some like how we stay, how we do. Some hypothesis needs to be made before we try to prove something. Let's assume this is this. We need to assume that, let's say, for example, Krishna is God. So what's next step? If Krishna is God, what is saying? Sarva dhamma parityajam. Okay, I will try to render. I will try to abandon all kind of religion and surrender on to Krishna. How shall I surrender? Okay, Krishna says you have to you can do japa. Okay, I'll do japa. Krishna says go to serve, be in association of Krishna, being association of pure devotees. I'll start. Let's do the process, then you will get the result. Until unless you don't do the process, you're just mentally speculating that you can't achieve Krishna. Krishna, as it says in the purport of this shloka, Krishna cannot be achieved by mental speculation because we are having four defects without fail. What are the four defects we have got? The four defects is uh, we are um, we are um, we are bound by a propensity to cheat. We have got imperfect senses. We are to be illusion. And what's the fourth one? If I'm missing illusion, imperfect senses.
We commit mistake, Prabhu.
to commit mistakes. So we are full of defect. How can we perceive God? The first thing say we are having imperfect senses. We cannot see to some distance, right? We cannot see a microscopic part with a naked eye, but that thing, it does exist, but we cannot see it. We have got imperfect senses. We cannot hear some frequencies, a lower frequency. We cannot hear that. We cannot hear properly. We cannot we cannot try to the scientists, I'm talking about now science thing. I mean, we cannot try to measure a kilometer with a vernier caliper. It's not possible. We cannot test the acidity of or acidity of a liquid with a ruler. You cannot you cannot measure the uh, alkalinity with a ruler, or vice versa. So even scientific equipments cannot help us in perceiving God. With our imperfect senses, how can we perceive God? We have got electron microscope, but we still can't see soul. So that shows that we have got imperfect sense. We are full of um, limited knowledge, and we are trying to see the person who is unlimited. That is practically not possible. With limited knowledge, we cannot try to perceive an unlimited person, right? So that's what Krishna says. You cannot achieve Krishna by mental speculation. So though may says in the purport that you are traveling the speed of light, this and that, you cannot perceive God until unless you surrender onto Krishna. That is the only prerequisite that Krishna says. Devotional service is the main prerequisite that Krishna says. Anyabhilashita shunyam gyan karmanavritam anukulena krishnano shivna bhakti uttamam. That is what Krishna wants. Anukul and Krishna. No, that is should be anukul to Krishna, not anukul to anyone else. That should be the main point. It should be anukul to Krishna. That's what Krishna says. You know, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, only by devotional service, you can achieve me. Bhakta mam abhijanati. Only by devotional service. There's no other way. Krishna explained from different point of aspect to Arjuna, from karma yoga, from karma yoga, dhyan yoga, gyan yoga. But Krishna at the end concluded the whole Bhagavad Gita that Bhakta Mama Bijanati is only by devotional service. There's no other way, no other way. And Krishna and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said the same thing. Devotional service is the only mean that we can go home, back to Godhead. And as I already mentioned this earlier, sorry, I got different slides today. I mean, different layout today. I don't have my two screens, so I don't know which slide's gonna coming next. So I've already spoken about this because we have got imperfect senses. We cannot utilize our senses to see Krishna. And I would just like to conclude here that today is very auspicious day of Diwali. And also, I was just trying while chanting in the morning, I would just realize, this is the only day when Mother Yashoda was trying to bind Krishna, and how Krishna allowed Mother Yashoda to bind him because she was fully surrendered to Lord Krishna. She was not giving up. And that's exactly what we need to do. That, we need to fully surrender ourselves to Krishna. Only then Krishna will reveal himself to us. Just like Mother Yashoda, she was in the morning, she was glorifying Krishna, she was chanting his name, she was glorifying Krishna's pastimes, name, form, qualities, and pastime. She was glorifying that. And Krishna came in her lap. Then she tried to move away Krishna. And what happened? Krishna became angry. But again, she started trying to grab hold of Krishna. He was running all from Nandgram to the streets of Nandgram. She was running. She was perspiring. The flowers were falling down, but she never gave up. That's how we should be running behind Krishna. And that's what Krishna says in Bhagavad. That's what Krishna says. Uh, until unless you won't surrender, he can't reveal himself to us. So I know it's a short class, but yeah, I find these are the most important points from this shloka. If someone wants to please add on or have any questions, please go ahead. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavatana.
Hare Krishna, Babaji. Hare Krishna.
Such, sorry, such a very good glorification of this text 22. Uh, it is encircled around, this today's, it is Joshodama's story. That is what exactly surroundings. It is actually this our Kartik month missions. We try whatever the ways we are. Sorry, bro, some choking. From the story of Jashoda Maya and Krishna, it tells us the same thing. No matter how Jashoda Maya, right from the very beginning of the day, she started every preparation, everything for Krishna to glorify. But ultimately, without Krishna's mercy, she was not able to catch hold of the Krishna. So this is again the same scenario. Yeah. Only with the devotion, Krishna can be easily catch hold of. No other ways. No matter how advanced you are, how knowledgeable you are, how how much study you have done about the Puranas, all the Shastras and scripture, only devotional service can help you to be closer to Krishna. There is no other way. There is no other way. So that is the main gist of this text. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Babaji. Hare
Uh,
Krishna.
Thank you very much for the very nice class, and particularly bringing out the ways how we can, by our own effort, we cannot reach Krishna, but we need the mercy of Lord Krishna. And so, but at the same time, we have to give our full effort to endeavor so that we can get the mercy of the Lord. Because you have already mentioned that Je yatha mam prapaddate tam tataiva bhajanam. Krishna has told it. So if we give 100%, only then we can expect that Krishna will give his blessing to us. And if we give 50%, then Krishna may give a bit more, but we'll not get it. So we have to make our all endeavor to in devotional service so that we can get the mercy of the Lord. And ultimately, God extend mercy to those who have given their all effort for the service of the Lord. Thank you very much for bringing out that point. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Babaji. Okay, I think if we got no one, we can conclude the class here.
Yes, Prabhu, it appears there's
Yeah.
no other person to make comment. Thank you very much for the nice class.
Hare
Bye.
Krishna.
Vanchakalpataruyasya kripa
Kalpatarubhyacha
sindhudeva
kripasindhudebhyacha patitanam
patitanam
pavanebhyo
pavanebhyo
vaishnavebhyo namo
अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय
की
निज
जय।
श्री कृष्ण प्रभु की जय
प्रभुपाद
शिला
की जय।
प्रभुपाद की जय
हरे
वंदे
कृष्ण।
मानंदे हरि हरि
हरि
बोल
हरि बोल।
ऑल
हरे हरि
ग्लोरीज
बोल।
टू